Hey everyone, I'm Serenity, and if you've been following along with my nursing videos, I wanted to apologize for not being consistent with them over the semester. I just successfully completed my first semester of the nursing program, and I am currently on Christmas break, which is so nice. I have like a month off, and I'm probably about halfway through it now. So I wanted to talk in this video about how to be successful in your first semester of nursing school. So, I am no expert by any means, but these are just some things that I picked up and learned how to do throughout the semester that made it so much easier. So, the first thing is to rely on your friends and family because first they're the ones that are going to be there for you, like even if you don't pass nursing school, even if you realize it's not for you, and they're going to be the ones to push you to keep going, because there was definitely several times in the semester where I was like, well, maybe I just won't do this, maybe I won't continue with nursing school and I'll just drop out and find something else to do. I don't know. So thankfully I had a lot of encouragement, and so that helped me get through this first semester. Another thing is that they can help you out in more ways than one. Like if you need, there's like emotional support and encouraging you and everything like that. But then there's also like if you need someone to run an errand for you because you have a test tomorrow and you need that errand done, but you need to study, then hopefully they'll be able to do that for you. I know I have people that are able to do that for me, and I'm very thankful for that. Next is to make to-do lists and have a planner, like a well-kept planner, and just like time management, because there is a lot to do with nursing school. There's a lot to study for, but we also have lives outside of nursing school. Like for example, I was taking another English class because I'm finishing up my AA, and I'll finish my AA by the end of this summer. But so I had another class to do, and then I also have a boyfriend. I have a family. I have several odd and end jobs. Like I go grocery shopping and cook for my family, and then what else? I babysit, and then I do Young Living essential oils, and I do like the business side of that, so I manage that as well. And just making sure that you stay sane with not just like overkilling yourself with all of the nursing school studying and drama and all that kind of stuff. So I would say that's very important. Like the first thing I did at the beginning of the semester was write down every single assignment, every single test, every single check off, like all that stuff I wrote down in the planner in like the monthly section, and then also in the weekly section, which I could show you guys if my planner is, I think it's in here. Yes. Okay. So let's see. I won't do December because I don't really have class this month. Yes. So here I have like all this stuff. So like I also cleaned my grandma's Airbnb, so like those were on that days, and I love color coding stuff, and then like babysitting and stuff, and then I also have like check off. This is fully catheter check off. These were our clinical days at an assisted living facility. What else? Yeah, like exam 3. So like just writing down different things like that and keeping track of them. And let me show you guys like what a week looked like. If I can find a good one. Yeah, so this is a very full week that I had. But just making sure that you write down stuff so that you remember and you actually do it and get it done. It also feels good to check it off as well. Third would be to find your study habits and your group that you feel good studying with, because I started off with a group at the beginning of the semester and we studied a few times together, but we just didn't like study the same way or like get the same like out of the study sessions. So I found another group that I studied with for the rest of the semester, and we worked really well together. And so that's just a major thing, is finding your group of people that you like to study with and that you feel productive studying with, and then how you study best. So for me, I made these packets every single week, and what I would do is I would our instructors uploaded their PowerPoints to like the Canvas, so we were able to look at them. So all I would do is go in the PowerPoints, copy and paste it into a Word document, make it look pretty to me, and as they're going through the PowerPoints, I would go through and add points if they like specifically repeated something, or there was something that wasn't in the PowerPoint, that sort of thing. And then I would also take screenshots of the diagrams and such that were on their PowerPoints and put them in as well. And then after, so like usually we'd have class Tuesday and Wednesday for lectures. So then Wednesday after class, I would go through and I would read through it on the computer. And then if something like was very wordy or lengthy or whatever, I would kind of take that out. Or if I felt like it was either common sense or they didn't really touch on it at all, then I would just completely take it out. And then I would go ahead and print it out, and then I would go through and in different colors, I would highlight or underline things, write different notes in while I was studying that I was like, oh, that was an important word, or like further explain something. So like here I went and further explained different things so that I understood it. And then just writing down like different things that help you remember, like did I have any, I'm not exactly sure what they are called, but they're like where you all the ones that we came up with are inappropriate, so I'm not going to say the one that I'm thinking of. But like you have like an order of needs, and so let me see if I can come up with one. Like, okay, so this one is I can't even remember, this is like a health belief model. So it's like perceived susceptibility, perceived severity, benefits, barriers, cues to action, and self-efficacy. So you would come up with something that would help you remember those words and what they meant, other than the word itself. And it's usually something like inappropriate or stupid that helps you remember it. But anyways, that was super helpful for me. And then I would give copies to my friends because it was helpful to them as well. And that's kind of what we'd study off of. And then my different friends had different ways of studying and contributing to the group. Like, one of my friends was really good at looking at the charts and being like, oh, this is a good way to remember that this is this. Like, for example, I think it's chloride. It's like the lab values is like 95 to 105. And one of my friends said, oh, it's like a chlorine pool. Like, you want to go swimming whenever it's 95 to 105 degrees outside. So, like, things like that, that's really helpful. And one of my friends was really good at reading through the book and then finding, like she could just read and then she'd know it and be able to explain it in simpler terms to us, which was super helpful. And I think that she has, like, a photographic memory because she always did super well on the test, and she would only read the book, like, once or twice. But, yeah, it's really just finding your study habits, because I personally cannot just read the book and know everything. I have to, like, kind of simple it down and dumb it into terms and then, like, think of, like, make connections, I guess. And that's how I study, and then just talking through things. So that's a major one, is finding your group that you like to study with, and then your way of studying and how you study efficiently. Another thing with studying is do not overstudy, because that will, like, by the time you get towards the test, or like you're a day or two away from the test, you already feel like you can't study anymore, but you probably need to look over it a couple more times, maybe, I don't know. But I recommend, this is what I did towards the end of the semester after I found out that, oh, that's probably a good way to study. So I made like one of these packets each week, basically, and so I either had like, for most of our exams, we had 2 weeks in between them, so I usually had like 2 of these packets to study off of, and then plus any other resources that I gathered. So each night, so let's say this is week 1, and I have this week, next week, and then I have an exam in week 3. So I would go ahead and read through what I have each night, so read through all this tonight, and then like through the rest of the week. And then by next week, whenever I have my new packet that I made, I would also read through that one. Or I would like alternate nights and read this one night and then read the other one the next night. And that sort of thing. Just because just seeing it and reading it multiple times helps me remember it. As long as it's not like super wordy and lengthy. Like if I was planning on reading the textbook every single night, I would not memorize it because it's so much. So there's that. That's how I study best. And then not overstudying, like I said. Make sure that you have time to go out with your family, go out with your friends, go watch a movie, and just watch a movie without being on your laptop and doing schoolwork or whatnot, and just be with those people that are watching out for you and being your emotional support during nursing school. That's something that I really struggled with the first few weeks because it was like I was so overwhelmed. I was like, oh, I need to do this and this and this, and you know, you have to take breaks for yourself and for the people that are being there for you because they want to spend time with you too. Next is take care of yourself, and so that kind of goes with it. 2 is one thing that my friends and I would do is we would take, so like we had to watch, before we have lab days, like to go over skills and stuff. So like, for example, vital signs, this is an easy one. We would have to watch a video on how to take vital signs before we went to lab the next day. And so a good thing to do that is like super good for self-care is if you take a bath and you watch the videos while you're taking a bath. That's killing 2 birds with one stone. You're taking care of yourself and you're also getting your work done, but it's not really like something that you have to pay attention. Like, I mean, you have to pay attention, but it's not something that you have to really stress over and have your full on attention. And it's relaxing. So just, get some Epsom salt and some oils, put that in your bath and watch your videos. Another thing is to get things done as soon as you find out about them. Like, I mean, if you have an assignment due at the end of the week and you have an assignment due in 2 weeks, obviously you want to do the assignment that's due at the end of the week first. But if you stay on top of the assignments, and let's say that you have an assignment due at the end of the week and you have some time to do it today, go ahead and get it done today so that by the end of the week you don't have to worry about it. And that's huge because like things pile on so quickly. For example, we found out about our nursing portfolio that we had to complete by the end of the semester, or it was actually at the beginning of November or end, I don't know. But anyways, I was like, oh, I'll get to that whenever it's time to get to that because I have so much going on. And so it ended up taking me several hours to do like the night before it was due, when in reality I could have worked on like a little chunk of it each week and been like maybe an hour each week and I would have had it done. And I'll show you guys that too. This is what it looks like. It's just a binder and it's basically a portfolio that we can give to like job interviews and stuff like that. And we had to have like our philosophy of nursing, lab clinical experience. Like, it's just a list of all the hours that I had in the lab and stuff like that. Pictures of our projects and stuff. So, yeah, I really could have gotten that done a lot easier than I did, but that's why I'm saying that point. And then The last one that I like immediately thought of was practicing. So whenever you have skills or lab check off or whatever, if you have time that you can go into the lab and practice those skills, do it. Take advantage of that time, because you can never practice too much, and especially practice on real people, because practicing on the mannequin and a real person is not the same. I mean, obviously you're not going to practice putting in Foley catheters on your sister or whatever, but practicing like vital signs and stuff for physical assessments, you can do that. And then that way you can feel confident when it comes time for your check off. And so that's really the main thing. And I don't have any points that like immediately came to mind, but if you guys have any other questions or anything, feel free to comment below. And thank you guys for watching.